Creating a watch list of stocks which had a recent catalyst and which are in a pullback or a consolidation, minor pullback or a consolidation after this catalyst is a very good way of entering these stocks which had a game changing catalyst. And this is increasingly a setup idea which I've been using, which is which I call as delayed reaction EP. And the reason for doing this is because nowadays, if the stock has a catalyst, it tends to have overreaction on the day of the catalyst, and after that, it tends to pull back, and it gives you an opportunity to enter it with a lower stop and with a lower risk and make money. So this is a list of stocks which are either long or short, setting up after a recent catalyst, and they have a reason for either going up or going down. After a shakeout in the market, where the market had a big drop for yesterday and then today it recovered, the watch list which I am watching for a delayed reaction has changed, and here are the new set of stocks which I am watching. BMNR, as you can see in the BMNR case now, you'll see it setting up nicely. This was the big buy, and then today it was like positive. So actually could have been bought today, but more likely on a breakout I will be a buyer. Now this is a stock which I have just added to my watch list for watching for a possible short. There is a real catalyst here. You can see that the volume here is one of the highest volume traded. So the study which came out of the weight loss drug wasn't impressive. So this is something which, if it sets up in the next 5 days, I would be interested in shorting. Kava is something which I was short, and it had recovered again because the whole market recovered, but I would be watching it again for any breakdown to try again. TerraWulf, this is something which I bought today itself because this is one of the stocks which had an orderly pullback and now setting up for a next up leg. So that's a very good setup. One of the very good setup in terms of even having a good earnings and sales basically. So it has like a recent earnings. It's a recent earning EP, and the earnings was good. You can see that the earnings was the projected earnings is very good on this particular stocks, 196, 144, 88. So this is something which is definitely a good stock, and I'm already in it. I bought it today. I already had a position in it, which was like which went up from on this gap up. That day I moved my stop and I got stopped out, but it was up like 48% in 3 days, and that's the power of earnings. Cisco, I'm watching for a potential short. If it has a breakdown here in the next 2 days, I would be interested in it. Lending Cube is something which I'm watching as a potential turnaround kind of an idea because if you see the recent earnings on this particular stock has been very good. It has has turned around in terms of earnings. The projected growth rate is 27. You see the profitability is good, so potential is there. It had this big breakout, and after that orderly pullback basically. SHLS, this is a solar stock. Again, you'll see in the case of SHLS, it has the kind of characteristics which I look for in the stocks, which have a capability of making explosive move. After a period of negative growth, it has just about turned around. Turnaround EPs are some of the biggest movers. Turnaround EPs tend to make bigger moves and more explosive moves than just growth EPs many times, right? So something which is very nicely setting up after the initial reaction. Lemonade, this has pulled back very nicely. This is a trade which is will be a second leg on this particular trade. Again, earnings was good, very good earnings, recent EP, and which basically went up after the earnings, almost like in 4 days or 5 days, it made like 45-50% move, and now it is having a orderly pullback. And if you see again the earnings on this and the projections, I also pay a lot of attention to projections. The projections are 35, 44, 83, 72. So that's a very nice growth rate. So this is a growth EP kind of a thing, having an orderly pullback. United Health is something which is like a company which has a lot of trouble, and it is something which Warren Buffett bought, and this has a potential for a turnaround kind of a situation. So this is one of those stocks which has a catalyst, which is different from just a growth catalyst, which I'm monitoring. Any breakout from here in the next 2 days, I'll be a buyer of this. So that's my watch list, and this is a living watch list. That means I keep adding stocks. Once they break out, they get removed from it. So this is basically something which is updated every night, and then in the morning I'll keep an eye on them. Sometimes like I did this update today during the day, so I managed to get into this, and that position is already profitable. So that's the advantage of also doing this work during the day instead of doing it late in the night or during the night. During the trading day, if you can do it in the afternoon, you can many times get into it even before it breaks out next day.